A big picture goal for playing any instrument is that we need to know what notes we are playing. A musician playing a song and not knowing what notes they're playing, that's like an artist making a painting and not knowing what colors they're using, right? We have to know. We don't want to guess at these things. We have to know what we're doing. Now, doing this for the guitar, memorizing all of the notes on the fretboard, this is a difficult task. The guitar is fairly complex in terms of its patterns, and so it takes some time and some effort to get to know the fretboard and to memorize all of the notes. So in today's video, we are going to use octave shapes to help us achieve this goal. Now, if octave is a new term for you, I do have a video dedicated entirely to octaves that I will link up above right now. But once you know what an octave is, let's go ahead and learn these shapes and start to break down the fretboard of the guitar. The first way to find octaves on the guitar would be to find them on the same string. Now, if we look at the fretboard, we can see that there are 2 dots on the 12th fret, and most guitars have that. Now, the 12th fret is special because it is 1 octave of the open string. So if I play the open low E, there's my lowest E on the guitar. If I play the same string at the 12th fret, that would be another E 1 octave higher. Okay, and this applies to all these low frets here. So if I play the note on the first dot of the low E string, okay, that's the 3rd fret, that's the note G. And then if I go to the first dot above the 12th, there is the octave G. Okay, if I play the 5th fret on the B string, okay, this is the note E, 2nd dot, and then I go to the 2nd dot above the 12th, there's an octave E. So the fret numbers above the 12th, of course, would be 13, 14, 15, 16, and so on. But I don't think of them like that. I think of these as simply being octaves of the lower fret numbers, okay? So the first dot here, here's its octave, right? So I don't think of this as the 15th fret. I think of this as the 3rd fret, an octave higher. I think of this like the 5th fret, an octave higher. 7th fret, an octave higher, and so on. So I hope that's a helpful way to think of it. You know, start on a lower note, move that note 12 frets up on the same string, and there's your octave. A second helpful pattern for finding octaves would be to start on the low E or the A string, move 2 strings down towards the floor, and then 2 frets up, and that will be your octave. Okay, so if we go back to this G here, the 3rd fret on the low E string, that's the note G. 2 strings down, 1, 2, 2 frets up, 1, 2, and there's our octave. That's the same thing as playing this G and moving up to here. Octave Gs. Same thing on the A string. Okay, if I go here, 3rd fret on the A string, that's the note C. 1, 2, 1, 2. There's an octave shape. Those are octave Cs there. Now, if we go to the D or the G string, because of the way the guitar is tuned, this pattern changes a little bit. Okay, so if we go to the 3rd fret on the D string, okay, there's the note F, we need to go down 2 strings and up 3 frets. Okay, so 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. There would be octave Fs right there. So I know that this is an F. I also know now this is an F. Okay, if we go to the G string, we've got 3rd fret on the note B flat there. Same pattern as the D. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. And there's the octave B flat. Here's a B flat. Here's another B flat. Okay, so if we start on the low E, it's 2 strings down, 2 frets up. Same thing for the A. If we start on the D, it's 2 strings down, 3 frets up. Same thing for the G. That's a great way to find octaves. Another pattern that is helpful for finding octaves is to move the other way on the fretboard. Okay, so if we start on the low E string, that's the note A. If we go down 3 strings and back 3 frets, we find its octave. So here's A, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. There's its octave there. Same thing as doing this, same thing as doing this. All octave A's. Okay, if we do the same pattern on the A string, the note D, it changes a little bit, again, because of the way the guitar is tuned. We will go down 3 strings, 1, 2, 3, and back 2 frets, 1, 2. Octave Ds. There, and you can move that around. Same thing with the D string. Okay, if we want to start here, down 3 strings, 1, 2, 3, back 2 frets, 1, 2, and there would be octave Gs. This note is a G, there's its octave G. So same idea as the second tip, but we're just moving the other way on the fretboard. That's another way to find an octave higher. So now that we've learned these patterns, let's put all of this information together and take a look at how this works itself out on the fretboard. Let's find a bunch of A's. Okay, so we know that this note is an A, the 5th fret on the low E string. Now, based on the patterns we've learned today, well, that means this is an A. Here's another A. Right? We know that this is an A because the two E's always match. So this is the low E, this is the high E. Those are both going to be A's there. If I know that this is an A, that means this is another A. And then I can take these patterns up an octave above the 12th, like we talked about. So this is an A. Here's another A. Right? Here's another A. And if I know that this is an A, that means this is an A as well. So hopefully that shows you how you can quickly find notes if you know these octave patterns. So it is my hope that this is beneficial to you as a guitar player, that this will help you learn the notes on the fretboard. Have fun making music, and I will see you next time.